Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec and I'm back with another video for you guys. Today's video we are going to be continuing on with the Junior Penetration Tester pathway inside of TryHackMe. This is the introduction to web hacking, walking, and application. It says manually review a web application for security issues using only your browser developer tools, hacking with just your browser, no tools or scripts. Now let's go ahead and dive into it. Task 1. Walking an application. In this room, you will learn how to manually review a web application for security issues using only the inbuilt tools in your browser. More often than not, automated security tools and scripts will miss many potential vulnerabilities and useful information. Here's a short breakdown on the inbuilt browser tools you will use throughout this room. View source, use your browser to view the human readable source code of a website. Inspector, learn how to inspect page elements and make changes to view usually blocked content. Debugger, inspect and control the flow of a page's JavaScript. Network, see all the network requests a page makes. So start the virtual machine, wait 2 minutes and visit the website, which I already have pulled up on the side here. All right, I've already deployed it, so let's continue on to task number 2 here, exploring the website. And let's take a look what they have for us. As a penetration tester, your role when reviewing a website or web application is to discover features that could potentially be vulnerable and attempt to exploit them to access or assess whether or not they are. These features are usually parts of the website that require some interactivity with the user. Finding interactive portions of the website can be as easy as spotting a login form to manually reviewing the website's JavaScript. An excellent place to start is just with your browser, exploring the website and noting down the individual pages, areas, features with a summary for each one. An example site review for the Acme IT support website will look something like this. So be sure to check out this table and read through all this. I'm just going to read over a few of them here. Feature, homepage, you got the URL, which is that / and summary. This page contains a summary of what Acme IT support does with a company photo of their staff. Latest news / news. This page contains a list of recently published news articles by the company, and each news article has a link with the ID number, i.e., news article ID equals 1. News article ID equal 1 displays the individual news article. Some articles seem to be blocked and reserved for premium customers only. And as you can see there, this is mapping out some things here, doing a little enumeration, information gathering, etc., etc. We will start taking a deeper look into some of the pages we discovered in the next task. So mark this as complete. And task number 3, viewing the page source. So let's go ahead and read through here. That's what they got for us here. The page source is the human readable code returned to our browser client from the web server each time we make a request. The return code is made up of HTML hypertext markup language and CSS cascading style sheets and JavaScript. And it's what tells our browser what content to display, how to show it, and adds an element of interactivity with JavaScript. For our purposes, viewing the page source can help us discover more information about the web application, how to view the page source. Here's the instructions on how to do it here. While viewing a website, you can right click on the page and you'll see an option on the menu that says view page source. Most browsers support putting view source in front of the URL, example view source, yada yada. In your browser menu, you'll find the option to view page source. This option can sometimes be in submenus such as developer tools or more tools. So you just right click here and then you can go to view page source, or you can use Control U for the keyboard shortcut, and this is what it looks like. And also, as it stated above earlier, it said you can use view -source : and then the website after that. Let's view some page source. Try viewing the page source of the home page of the Acme IT support website. Unfortunately, explaining everything you can see here is well out of the scope of this room, and you'll need to look into the website design / development courses to understand it fully. What we can do is pick out bits of information that are important to us. At the top of the page, you'll notice some code starting with the following here and ending with the other following here, the other arrow. These are comments. Comments are messages left by a website developer, usually to explain something in the code to other programmers, or even notes / reminders for themselves. These comments don't get displayed on the actual web page. This comment describes how the homepage is temporary while a new one is in development. View the website or web page in the comment to get your first flag. It says links to different pages in HTML are written in anchor tags. These are HTML elements that start with a lesser than and then a, and the link that you'll be directed to is stored in the href attribute. For example, you'll see the contact page link on line 31 as shown here, and we can see that down here. Right, yeah, contact. All right, let's see here. If you view further down the page source, there's a hidden link to a page starting with SECR, which probably stands for secret. View this link to get another flag. You obviously wouldn't get a flag in a real world situation, but you may discover some private data used by the businesses by storing company, staff, customer information, yada yada. External files such as CSS, JavaScript, and images can be included using HTML code. In this example, you notice that these files are all stored in the same directory. If you view this directory in your web browser, there is a configuration error. What should be displayed is either a blank page or a 403 forbidden page with an error stating you don't have access to this directory. Said directory listing feature has been enabled, which in fact lists every file in the directory. Sometimes this isn't an issue, and all the files in the directory are safe to be viewed by the public, but in some instances, backup file, source code, and other confidential information could be stored here. In this instance, we can get a flag in the flag.txt file. All right, we're going to get these flags to get them reading through all this. Many websites these days aren't made from scratch and use what's called a framework. A framework is a collection of pre-made code that easily allows a developer to include common features that a website would require, such as blogs, user management, form processing, and much more, saving the developers hours or days of development. So they're like basically like a template, right? Viewing the page source can often give us clues into whether a framework is used, and if so, which framework and even what version. Knowing the framework and version can be a powerful find, as there may be public vulnerabilities in the framework, and the website might not be using the most up-to-date version. At the bottom of the page, you'll find a comment about the framework and the version and use, and a link to the framework's website. Viewing the framework's website, you'll see our website is in fact out of date. Read the update notice and use the information you discover to find another flag. So let's go ahead and do these flags. All right. What is the flag from the HTML comment? So let's go ahead and take a look at these comments here. Hey everybody, just a quick little blurb here. As you can see here, most people that view my channel are not subscribers. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're enjoying the video, please consider hitting the like button. It helps get me in the algorithm, helps spread the good word out there, helps bring more people and increase our glorious community here. All right, I'm all about helping out others. I know what it's like to come up in cybersecurity or even try to get into cybersecurity and not knowing where to look. I'm just having this channel up so I can help out other people. All right, that's all I got. What is the flag from the HTML comment? And this is the flag here. In order to find this, go in, look at this comments area up above here. It says this page is temporary while we work on the new homepage at /new-home-beta. So if you go back to the homepage here, and you go ahead and you can type that in there, which I already done, right? So I'm just gonna go back to the page, and this is what it looks like. So we got this answer here. Now, next item says to find a secret link. Now you can hit Control F in here, look for secret. You can see there's secret page. Click on that. There you go. So you get to this one here. And then what is the directory listing flag? Now to get to this one, it said something about how all these are like the same directory, right? So if you go ahead and just click on this here, right? And then you back space into assets directory. So you have access in here, which I probably shouldn't have access to these files. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. But here's one in here. It says flag.txt, and that's the one that I'm going to grab. So it just basically shows you the dangers of files that are publicly accessible. Make sure they're supposed to be publicly accessible. If they're not, then we should get them out of there. Or change the permissions on them. What is the framework flag? Now to get this one, we have to go and check on the framework area here, which you can see at the bottom here. tells you which site to navigate to. So once you navigate to that site, which is this here, as you can see up above, and we're running version 1.3. Well, you can go in here and look around for particular information. Talks about backup stuff, temp.zip. Potentially, you could have been read by um, website visitors. And if you go to the documentation area here, you can see that this is a login portal. So go ahead and copy that, and then you can see the admin and admins, the username and password. So go back to your main website here and plug that in there to get to the actual login portal. You can type in admin admin here. There we go. Close. No, I don't want to save it. And then it says change the default credentials. If you get this flag, okay, so this is not the answer for that one. To get this one, you got to go back and you see how it says this /temp zip. Basically, navigate to this directory on the main site here, and then you'll be prompted for a file download, right? A zip file download, and then unzip that file, and inside of that zip folder or the folder that's been unzipped, you'll find a text file that has the flag into it. So just plug that in here. I'm assuming this login must be part of another flag you got to get in this room, but let's continue on here. Task number 4, developer tools inspector. Developer tools. Every modern browser includes developer tools. This is a toolkit used to aid web developers in debugging web applications and gives you a peek under the hood of a website to see what is going on. As a pen tester, we can leverage these tools to provide us with a much better understanding of the web application. We're basically or specifically focusing on 3 features of the developer toolkit: inspector, debugger, and network. Opening developer tools. The way to access developer tools is different for every browser. If you're not sure how to access it, click the View Site button on the top right of this task to get instructions on how to access the tools in your browser inspector. This page source doesn't always represent what's shown on the web page. This is because CSS, JavaScript, and user interaction can change the content and style of the page, which means we need a way to view what's been displayed in the browser window at this exact time. Element Inspector assists us with this by providing us with a live representation of what's currently on the website, as well as viewing this live view. We can also edit and interact with the page elements, which is helpful for web developers to debug issues. On the Acme IT website, click the news section where you'll see 3 news articles. The first 2 articles are readable, but the third has been blocked with a floating notice above the content stating you have to be a premium customer to view the article. These floating boxes blocking the page contents are often referred to as paywalls, as they put up a metaphorical wall in front of the content you wish to see until you pay. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Go back to the main page, and it says it wants us to take a look at these news articles. So let's go ahead and navigate here. And we see 3 news articles in there. We can access this one, we can access this one, and then there's another one behind some paywall, right? And let's continue on here. Right clicking on the premium notice paywall, you should be able to select the inspect option from the menu, which opens developer tools either on the button or right hand side depending on your browser or preferences. You'll now see the elements HTML that make up the website, similar to the screenshots below. So let's go ahead and try this out here. Right click, inspect, and it brings up the tools here, right? Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Locate the div element with the class premium customer blocker and click on it. You'll see all the CSS styles in the styles box that apply to this element, such as margin top, yada yada yada, and text align, center. The style we're interested in is display block. If you click on the word block, you can type a value of your own choice. Try typing none, and this will make the box disappear, revealing the content underneath it, and a flag. If the element didn't have a display field, you could click below the last style and add your own have a play with the element inspector, and you'll see you can change any of the information on the website, including the content. Remember, this is only edited on your browser window, and when you press refresh, everything will be back to normal. So let's go ahead and try this, moving this paywall stuff here. So we're going to find this div called premium hyphen customer hyphen blocker. All right, we found it. Display blocks right there. So you click into it, just leave it out of here, and you can type in none. Right? See how it's gone now? And there is the flag that we need. All right. I was wondering if you can just, you can't just grab it out of here. But anyway, that's the flag for this one. So let's just go ahead and type it in. THM, not so hidden. Task 5, Developer Tools Debugger. This panel in the Developer Tools is intended for debugging JavaScript and again is an excellent feature for web developers wanting to work out why something might not be working. But as a penetration tester, it gives us the option of digging into the JavaScript code. In Firefox and Safari, this feature is called Debugger, but in Chrome, it's called Sources. On the Acme IT support website, click on the contact page. Each time the page is loaded, you might notice a rapid flash of red on the screen. We're going to use the debugger to work out what this red flash is and if it contains anything interesting. Debugging a red dot wouldn't be something you do in the real world as a penetration tester, but it does allow us to use the feature and get used to the debugger. All right, so once let's go to the support website, click the contact page. Let's go ahead and do that here. All right, yep, and there's some red flash there. All right, we're supposed to be seeing that. I'm assuming that's what they're talking about. All right, let's go ahead and continue here. In both browsers, on the left-hand side, you see a list of all the resources the current website is using. If you click into the assets folder, you'll see a file named flash.min.js. Clicking on this file displays the contents of the JavaScript file. So if you're at, you can navigate to sources here, like it shows here, and then it wants us to take a look at that JavaScript file. It should be in here somewhere. All right, let's continue here. Many times when viewing JavaScript files, you notice that everything is online or one line, which is because it is or has been minimized, which means all formatting tabs, spaces, and new lines have been removed to make the file smaller. This file is no exception to this, and it has also been obfuscated, which makes it purposely difficult to read. So it can't be copied as easily by other developers. We can return some of the formatting by using the pretty print option, which looks like two braces to make it a little more readable. Although due to the obfuscation, it's still difficult to comprehend what is going on with the file. If you scroll to the bottom of the flash.min.js file, you'll see the line flash remove, yada yada yada. All right, first off, let's locate this file they're talking about here. There we go. All right, so we got that pulled up here. And it says flash remove all the way at the bottom. Yep, there it is. This little bit of JavaScript is what is removing the red pop-up from the page. We can utilize another feature of debugger called breakpoints. These are points in the code that we can force the browser to stop processing the JavaScript and pause the current execution. If you click on the line number that contains the above code, you notice it turns blue. You've now inserted a breakpoint on this line. Try refreshing the page. You'll notice that the red box stays on this page instead of disappearing. What does this flag contain? All right, so it wants us to go ahead and put a breakpoint somewhere in here. And let's see if we can do that here. So let's go ahead and refresh. And here is what we're looking for. All right, so if you close out of, okay. And let's try this again. And there's the flag for this one. So THM, catch me if you can. All right, there we go. Now let's continue on to the last task here, task number 6, developer tools, network. The network tab on the developer tools can be used to keep track of every external request a webpack makes. If you click on the network tab and then refresh the page, you'll see all the files the page is requesting. So if we go back over here and let me see if I can make this bigger real quick. All right, so you go to network tab, right, and you refresh the page. You see everything that's contacting. And let me move this out of here. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and do this again. It's contacting all kinds of stuff, and there's a failure down here. All right, with the network tag open, try filling the contact form and pressing send button. You'll notice an event in the network tab, and this is the form being submitted in the background using a method called AJAX. AJAX is a method for sending and receiving network data in a web application background without interfering by changing the current web page. So let's go ahead and put some random stuff in here. All right, email.com, whatever. There we go. All right, it says it was sent, and this is where it was sent to, looks like. So let's go ahead and continue. Examine the new entry on the network tab. That's the contact form created and view the page the data was sent to in order to reveal the flag. So let's go ahead and try to do that here. Let's see if we can just do it this way. Copy URL. Cool. And let's go ahead and plug it in. There we go. And there's the flag. Let me go ahead and exit out of here. All right, folks. That about wraps this up. All right. There we go. All right. That wraps up this video. If you found this of value and you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button with the notification bell. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the content. Comment below your thoughts and opinions. As always, thank you all for watching. Have a nice day, and I will see you later.